Hello, fellow alchemists. Welcome back to our series on Phoenix Liveview. Now, today what I want to do is that recently I've noticed that there's quite a bit of differences between the version of Phoenix Liveview I've been using and the version that's currently on master. And so today what I'd like to do is I'd like to actually upgrade our current version of Liveview to use the most recent one on master. And there's a couple of things that we need to change, and that's mostly involving the testing aspect. And so I wanted to make a video about how we can do that. And so with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Also, a recent addition which I've seen is that there's actually a way that you can use mix to check for any outdated packages. And as if we see in here, Phoenix is actually outdated. We can upgrade that. EctoSQL is outdated, and Phoenix HTML, and these ones are all outdated. So if we wanted to fix that, what we can do, we can change this to be 1.4.8, which is the latest version. HTML, we can just upgrade that. So if we do mix steps.git, this will let us upgrade to the latest version. So this one says the minimum version we want is 1.4.8, so that's fine. If we go back to over here, we can also update these ones by doing, copy that, mix steps.update Phoenix HTML. And there's also Phoenix Liveview, mix steps.update Phoenix Liveview, or sorry, Phoenix Live Reload. And let's see, finally we have our EctoSQL. Okay, so mix steps.update EctoSQL. Okay, and we can run our test to make sure nothing's broken. Awesome. All right, now this is going to be the trickier part. And that's actually how to upgrade our Phoenix Liveview. So as you can see, what we've done before is a couple ways to upgrade. One is to we can change the version number over here. We can say to upgrade over here. But if we check our hex outdated again, what's not listed is our Phoenix Liveview. Now that's because we're using GitHub directly, so therefore it's not able to ask hex what's the latest version. And so what we can do is we can still use the same method that we did before with the mix steps.update. And now we just use the name of our package, which is the one right here, Phoenix Liveview. And that will actually update our hash to use a different one. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now, there's one more thing that we need to do, which is that we need to actually update our JavaScript. And how we do that is we need to cd into our assets folder. And we use npm install -- force. And again, the name of our package, Phoenix Liveview, in order to force it to use the latest version. Otherwise, it's going to see that there's a version there from before and not actually updated, because it's always using this kind of version from before. And so, perfect, nothing else we need to do. Now we can actually take a look at what's broken. So if we run mix test, see what's broken. Our first thing is that they've changed mount. So if we open up this file, so that's test web live, and we can look at user new. There's no more mount function. Okay, things are done quite differently. Now, the way that you would test a live view is that you would actually use your connection, to actually grab the live view version of it. And so there's a couple of things we need to do in order to make this work. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my live view case, go to support, live view case. And we need to actually use phoenix.conTest, because we actually have to use our con in order to actually grab the live view. Instead of returning OK, we have to return a tuple of OK and the con, which is going to be phoenix.contest.buildCon. So that way you have an initial con. Okay. We don't need to mount with this anymore. And from our initial setup function, we're going to get this con object. So now we just pattern match for con. And we're not passing in the session anymore, so we can get rid of that. And we don't use view anymore. And we can just call the live function, which is going to get our live, how would you say that? Our live path. So now we can say we want to make a call to live. And it's going to be routes live path. And we use our con. Oh, sorry, actually we can actually use that. So at view user new, pass in our view, and that should be enough to get this one to work. Let's see, nope, still need to pass in the con. So we make a live request using the con to the live path, and we have the same over here where we will do live. And again, we can just grab all this, paste this here. Perfect. Now if we go to our index test, we have the same problem. But first we should be able to test this by just grabbing our function hello live view web live user new test. This should still work, I believe. Yep, there we go. You can see it's passing now. But if you see this problem, actually I forgot to pass in the con for this. So now that should pass. There we go. And now we just have to fix this. So we can just accept our con, make a call to live, pass in the con, and then we just do routes.live path. Let's pass in the con again. Okay. And we can just grab the same one over here. And the same over here. Okay. If we run mixed test, again I made the same mistake. So we need to pass in our con, copy this, paste in our con over here. Okay. Let's run the test again. Perfect. It's quite painless. But what I want to do is I want to reset my database, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it, see if everything's working properly. So if I have a nice reset database, then that way I can make sure that nothing is broken, because this is still alpha, okay? So it's not actually supposedly production quality yet I'm actually using it in production. So let's run the server. Okay, now if I go to localhost /users, this page comes up okay. /new to create new user. Test1 seems to be working okay. Test1 at test.com. Now password, test. Cool, everything seems to be working fine. So this is Alan from Plangora, and I just showed you guys how to update your app to the latest version of Phoenix Live View. Now please subscribe if you haven't, otherwise I'll see you again next time. Thanks, bye.